Well, in 2018, there was a situation with an ex who I guess was a porn star.
I found that when I found that she was a porn
star. She tried to poison your dog.
Oh yeah, man.
There was a crossbow involved. Like what?
Yeah, but none of that was real. I took her to court and I won.
Okay,
yeah,
so she accused you of what exactly? Of course,
she accused me of trying to. Well, what happened was it was two. Actually, I'll explain to you what happened. There were one girl. When I found out this one girl was a porn star, I broke up with her. I don't want to date no porn star. I'm not into that. And then when I found out the other girl kept calling me and calling me and calling me, I didn't want anything to do with that too. I'm like a guy who doesn't want to be disturbed when I'm in my normal mind, you know. And they decided to go after me. And actually, they made me lose They made me lose a big show. I lost my Different Strokes reboot because of that.
Really? So there's supposed to be a reboot?
Yeah, we were going to do a reboot. I was signed with Sony and everybody.
So who's going to be in it?
It was going to be me and most likely Kim Fields.
Okay.
And we were going to be married and we have a kid. And then we were going to adopt. We were going to have Mary Jo Gatlett, who played Pearl. She was going to have these two grandkids that her daughter left her. And then she's going to, she can't take care of them. She's too old. She brings them to Willis. And Willis decides to adopt him. It was going to be a reverse Different Strokes.
Oh, okay. Aha. But it didn't happen.
No, because they slung all these accusations, but I won. They thought what they thought was like, how some people, like some of these actors, they accuse them of something and all these women come out of the room and say, he did it. But that didn't happen with me because I'm not that kind of guy. So that shot them in the foot.
Right.
They thought that and he did this to me, but women were like, "What?
Nah, Bill Cosby kind of
no."
situation.
They were like, "He ain't like that. What are you talking about? You're lying." Everybody knew they were lying. So when I went to court, the judge, when I showed the evidence, the judge knew I was telling the truth. And then they squashed them, and then they made them look bad. Mm-hmm. But I lost my show behind that, though. So
yeah,
but that just means it wasn't meant to be. That's what I always say.
Well, in 2022, you were on Celebrity Big Brother.
Yes, that was
big show.
Man, but that was like, woo!
Who else was on that show with you?
A good friend of mine, Cynthia Bailey, who's a good friend of mine today. That's the one I got into an argument with. She's on the show.
Okay.
We're good friends. The guy from NSYNC, Chris from NSYNC. Mm-hmm. I'm good friends with him still. I think those are the only two that I talked to. But Lamar Odom, good friend. I talked to Lamar. I just actually talked to Lamar Odom. He's going to New York right now. I just talked to him today. Lamar Odom, all good friends, but we're all good friends still.
Lamar is a mess, man. I interviewed him once, and there were supposed to be 2 other interviews, and they all fell apart like the day of. The day of, something weird.
Well, now he's doing something for rehab now, I think, right?
Yeah, he got some rehab, but didn't he just get into a car accident?
I think so.
Smashed up a whole bunch of cars recently, which, it is what it is.
Yeah, but I love him. That's my buddy, though, still.
Yeah.
But see, the reason why I'm always like, if I stay in someone's life long enough and you're not sober, you're going to get sober. I'm going to make you get it.
So you're going to get them sober?
Oh, if I have to, yes, I will. If I have to, I will. Because I know that there's a much better life on the other side.
Of course. I mean, listen, I have drug addicts in my family, and we really just don't talk to them.
Yeah, it's because...
if you are an active drug addict, we can't do much for you.
And the thing is that... But the sad part about it is that there's a solution for active drug addicts. There's always a solution. You can't run from it. There's a solution if you want it.
Right.
But you got
if they get sober, then maybe there's a place for them in our lives.
Yeah,
but at
you
this
have
point,
to
if
want
you're actively smoking crack, you can't really be around us. Yeah.
Because you're going to bring bad elements in people's lives.
Exactly.
Oh, I learned a lesson where I used to work with a lot of newcomers. I won't do that no more. Man, one time I was working with this newcomer, and I picked him up, took him to a meeting, and I'm driving, right? And this is after 13 years sober. I'm driving, and all of a sudden I look down, and I see a crack pipe roll. I'm like, I pull over and throw the window. I'm like, man, if I got pulled over, there's no way the cop won't believe that's mine. You know what I mean? I took one, I'm like, that's it. And you got to be at least 7 or 8 years old or 10 years old before I put you in my car. I ain't taking no chances.
I feel
you. Know what I mean? I'm not getting arrested for you. I tell people that if we go somewhere and you rob a bank, you better believe I will be on the stand snitching my ass. It was him right there. Yep. Dude with the glasses. You got a beard. It was him, Your Honor. I ain't got nothing to do. It was him. I am not going to jail for nobody. I didn't been there. I ain't going for nobody else.
As you should.
When I was locked up, I was next to Richard Ramirez, Night Stalker.
Really?
Yes, and Eric Lama Menendez was next to me too.
Okay.
I was there with some real killers, man.
Yeah.
I'm in there for drugs. They're in there for murder. I had to get out of there.
Do you know the Menendez brothers story? Because I remember,
Michael very much because I was in there with them.
Michael Franzese, I think, who I've interviewed, was locked up with them. I think TK Kirkland was locked up with them. I mean, a lot of people. It was an LA County jail.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Michael Franzese, right?
Michael Franzese, the mafia guy.
I got a story with him too. I did a movie. My friend did a movie, and he
funded it. Yeah.
Yes, and
yeah, I heard about this. Yeah.
Well, I was there.
Yeah.
I was there, dude. Right. And I gotten the flu, and my friend Sony was in the movie, and I'm like, man, I see people walking around talking in their sleeves, right? And he's like, my friend's like, man, you crazy, man. I'm like, no, man. He goes, you sicko. No, I'm telling you, dude. I'm seeing people walk around in black suits talking in their sleeves. Sure enough, it was the FBI, and they shut the movie down. I was like, I told you. He was like, oh my God.
It's the mob.
Yeah,
what do you expect?
Yep. He couldn't
They're all being watched.
My friend was blown away when it was real. He's blown away.
Yeah.
Didn't believe me because I had the flu, and flu, you still have to hallucinate and seeing things, but I wasn't seeing things that week.